We're putting 2,000 points on it.
Let's go, baby!
Trey, no!
2,000 points.
You're going to do this?
The Cavaliers.
Trace the man!
The Cavaliers are going to come and smoke the 76ers.
Let's
do it.
He's taking it.
Let's
I
go.
crafted the whole episode so you wouldn't have to worry about it. Hello and welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. November 28th, 2022. It's a Monday as always, and we're recording live from the Yay studio. I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Along with me today, I have one, Bob Aldrich.
That's me.
It is. As well as one, Justin Moore.
I am him.
He is, in fact, him. And our resident statistician and historian, Trey Dishner.
I'm the one.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, glad to be
The
back.
one!
We're like him, Dishner. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. We do appreciate it. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Last week, we played What Did He Say? One-on-one, and we each said what NBA thing we were thankful for, which spawned one of Justin's best ideas yet, the Play Out Tournament. It was a whole lot of fun, so be sure to check that out if you have not already. Now, this is the basketball game show after all. So before we dive into today's games, Justin, can we get an update on the very important scoreboard?
Yes, you can. In first place, again, currently, Michael, with 3,850 big ones. Now, Trey,
Of course.
you're in second place. Only 800 points behind with 3,050 of them. Okay, now, I am in third place with 1,220 points. And I want you to know that we didn't do this to him. He did this to himself. Bob is in last place with 345. I hate to call them big ones, but
I would call them massive ones.
Okay, yeah,
It's
the
all
biggest
I've got.
ones. It's all you got. You know what I mean? And that's what's important, that you hold on to those because you're gonna want to. Because what happens at the end of the month if Bob loses?
I'll tell you exactly what happens. If Bob loses, whoever gets last place.
Whoever.
We should,
Not just
Yeah,
if Bob
don't just
loses.
assume, everyone.
Yeah, we shouldn't just box Bob into it. We have a full episode left with some surprises along the way. Da Bomb Beyond Insanity. This hot sauce right here. Bob will have to take a little bit of this on the show.
Anyone.
Or whoever is last place. I apologize. Whoever is last place will have to take a little, like a few drops of that, and that'll do the trick. It's a very, very hot sauce, and that will be very entertaining on the show next week. That will happen. So get your seatbelts on, boys. It's going to be a spicy ride. Now, if you want to keep track of all of our game picks and chat with us, give us game ideas, all of that good stuff, be sure you hit the link in the description of this episode to join our Chalkboard group chat. It is a fun and free way to support the show, now on Android, so we hope that you hit the link in the description and join that. All right, we've got a fun episode ahead of us, as I said, so let's just dive in with everybody's favorite game.
What did he say?
Talking about practice, not a game.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
That's right, it's What Did He Say? The rules for this game are very simple. I will play an audio clip of an NBA personality, player, coach, or analyst. Except this time, because of the stakes of today's games, Bob and Justin will work alone to guess who or what that person is talking about. You will each have 2 attempts, and each correct guess is worth 200 points.
Okay.
In the event of an incorrect guess, Trey, myself, and your opponent will receive the 200 points.
Okay.
I like that.
Are you ready to get started?
Spicy.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Think of a number between 1 and 50.
40.
40?
Yeah, just 40.
40?
39.
It was 44.
Let's go.
All right, Bob, would you like to go first?
I would.
Okay. Who is speaking in this clip?
We could play with anybody, whether it's at home or on the road. Now, how do we sustain that level of play to beat the better teams on the road? We're 7-1, I think, versus teams that are 500 or below or something like that, and then 3-7 against teams that are above. But now we have to sustain our stuff for longer periods of time, and that's going to take some time to continue to figure out.
Hey, Bob, who is speaking in that clip?
Great question, Michael. And I would add an amendment to what you just said by giving you the answer.
Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Light the beam, baby. That's Mike Brown, head coach of the Sacramento Kings.
Mike Brown, let's see.
None other than Mike Brown, new head coach of the Sacramento Kings.
200 points to Bob to begin. That's correct.
Longest
Attaboy,
clip of
Bob.
all time.
It's only 22 seconds.
Oh no!
It's
In
not
my
that
head,
bad.
it just kind of kept going.
They
'cause
all hover
he
around
just
20
kept going, and there was no cuts in it. It was like one speech.
Despite a 2-game skid, the Sacramento Kings are 7-3 in their last 10 and are sitting in the 6th seed out west. With all-star level performances from De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, Sacktown has, like you said, Bob, lit the beam all the way past the play-in spots. How impressed are you by the Kings, Bob?
Well, considering that this is their first 6-game winning streak since January of 2005, the Kings right now are absolutely popping off when they need to. Now we're finally seeing, I think, over these years, what all this has been about. You know, De'Aaron Fox, even last year, only shot 29% from the three-point line. He's improved. Mike Brown has absolutely changed this team. And the fact that you use him as the clip is perfect because he's the big reason why they're doing so well. I mean, traditionally Lakers, Cleveland Cavaliers, a high IQ veteran sort of play style that you would expect from a coach, but he has that Warriors experience. So he's bringing that fast break, really, really intense, everyone sprinting down the court style that was really meshed well. And like you said, they're 9-11 or something like that, or they're after winning their first game ever. They just went, oh yeah, let's go 9 for 11.
Yeah, they're
It's
doing
insane.
well. Justin.
Yeah, I'm impressed with them. I don't know how long term it is going to be because while they are second in points per game and fourth in assists, which is great, they are 25th in defensive rating. So that long term, will it hold out? Will that defense shore up, or will the offense not be able to catch up or keep the
up.
defense from failing? I don't know, but they're exciting nonetheless for sure.
Trey, welcome back. What do you got to say about the Kings?
I like the Kings. Like Justin said, their defense isn't there, but their offense is. You know, with De'Aaron Fox controlling the boat, with Kevin Herter, he can pop off for 30 at any
I barely
time.
know her.
There it is. God, I didn't know if I should have said it.
But no, yeah, I'm a big fan, and it was a huge addition getting Sabonis, and he's been playing really well. So, yeah, I like the Kings. Let's see what they can do.
So, what's that? Hang on, is that a phone ringing? Is that a segment?
Did you not?
Wait
Who
a
left
second.
their phone on?
Did you?
Is this? Oh, it's a segment. Yeah, it's going to be a quick one. I didn't pull the audio, but I just want to say I called it. I said that the Kings would be the surprise team of the league because now, to be fair, I also apparently was wrong about the Jazz and the Blazers because last week I said, no, they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be in the mix. And now they're sitting at the, I need to look at it again.
They're third
They're
in the Pacific Division.
yeah, well,
They're 7 and 8 respectively.
yeah, the Jazz are now eighth place at 12 and 10.
sorry,
The Blazers
yes.
are 11 and 9. But the Kings, though, are on the upswing, whereas the Blazers and Jazz got off to a hot start. The Kings got off to a slow start, and now they're improving. Now, granted, like Mike Brown says in that clip, they don't play well against great teams. I think they're 26th they have the 4th easiest schedule in the league, which will help. But the overall about the Kings, so we talked about the offense. They're second in points per game. They're 3rd in field goal percentage. And they're 3rd in offensive rating, 4th in bench scoring, which goes back to kind of what I said in preseason of my surprise pick, was that it's like the island of misfit toys. All these guys got traded and moved around and shipped all over the place, and now they're coming together and they have a whole unit much like the Jazz did early in the season. They are first in effective field goal percentage. You're getting 25 and 6 from De'Aaron Fox, and like you said, Trey, Kevin Huerter, I barely know her. He is the steal of the offseason. I mean, he is playing great. His points per game and his shooting percentage isn't there, but if when you watch the Kings play, his motion, it feels very Klay Thompson, Steph Curry-esque. He's always moving, never standing still, never watching a play, and he has that gravity because they know that he can hit from deep. Did you have something to add?
Yeah, he actually shoots 48.5%
from-
from the field and then
Sheesh.
47 from the three.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of stood out to me was his free throw shooting is a little bit down, but I don't really know what his what is his attempts per game. Is he really taking that many free throw attempts?
His free throws? I need to look at that.
Yeah.
It feels like a Herder revenge tour. It's like, oh, you want to pick up DeJounte and like
Just not
scoop me
shoot as
out?
many
All
free
right, let's
throws
do
as
it.
you-
Yeah. So overall, I've been impressed by the Kings. Like the Beam, I'm on board. How could you not love the Kings? What they're doing right now? I mean, the whole fan base. Of course, George. A throwback to an old Yay basketball host, George Savides, lives in Sacramento, so I'm always rooting for the Kings as is.
What up, George?
And yeah, he said he's been to a couple games since the season started, and it is madness. He says it's a madhouse. It's like it's like what the Grizzlies probably were like last year or the year before, where it's like this ragtag team of guys who kind of get it together and they ignite their fan base in the city. I love what the Kings are doing, and I hope that they can make a quiet little playoff run.
Tough to root against.
Crazy
them.
little stat. He's fourth in assists in the league right now.
De'Aaron Fox,
No, Kevin Huerter. You barely even know her.
well, assists per game.
His 2022-23 season stats. He's 15-3-3 and 3.4 assists. Or he's tied for. It says tied for fourth.
Sheesh.
I think that's
On the team?
yeah, maybe
Maybe on the team.
Yeah, probably. I was thinking
Oh.
3 assists a game sounds pretty low. For
I was
them.
like,
All right, let's get on
I'll
to
say
number
that's a-
2. So this will be Justin's now. Hey, Justin, who is speaking in this clip?
I wanted to get it so bad. I'm still mad I fouled out. But still, it's crazy to be mentioned with Kareem and guys like that in the same sentence. It's incredible.
Hey, Justin, who is speaking in that one?
I believe this happened very recently. As in, this game, I think, happened last night. And I think it's Big Zoo on his nearly 30-30 game, but he fouled out and couldn't get the last rebound.
Zubats?
Yep.
Let's see.
Hey, Zoo, congrats on your 31-29 game.
You are correct there, yes. Clippers big man Ivica Zubac had himself a historic night last night, becoming only the 6th player in NBA history to record 30 points, 25 rebounds on 80% shooting. He joins the likes of Shaq, Barkley, Satch Sanders, my favorite player ever, Bob Pettit, and Wilt, who did it 10 times. Remember when we talked about that a couple weeks ago?
Always that.
Despite their stars being in and out of the lineup, performances like this have propelled the Clippers to the 5th seed in the West. Justin, I know you have some takes on the Clippers, but what are your expectations for them moving forward?
My expectations for the Clippers, obviously, they have the opposite problem that the Kings kind of have. So for them, they're second in defensive rating, but they're 29th in offensive rating and they're 27th in turnover ratio.
Damn.
So it's not great on that end of the floor. They're definitely missing their 2 stars. It's good to see that we've always kind of talked about the Clippers the last couple of years, that they've had the depth. They've been moving around and they've had guys that kind of play because obviously Kawhi Leonard's not going to play that much and Paul George has been injured. So when you look at it, you're like, okay, that's going great. If they could just get the 2 stars and have some continuity, I'm sure they could go really great, but it just hasn't lined up that way.
Bob?
Yeah.
The Clippers are a bit of an enigma for me. It's a team that I wasn't necessarily high on in the beginning of the season going into it, despite acquisitions and whatnot. But injuries are still obviously plaguing them top to bottom, dude. It is so tough to get that full, healthy Clipper squad on there. So to see Zubac come out and absolutely mollywop and go off, he's only 25 years old. I think that has a lot to say about his future and potential trades in the future, depending on what the Clippers could get for him, whatnot. I kind of see the writings on the wall here.
Put him on the market today.
Stock will never be higher. Trey?
Kind of like Bob noted, injuries has been plaguing this team. I like watching the Clippers, and it was cool to see Ivica Zubac do that. I was reading that only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been. It says the only player to match or exceed those numbers in a game is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It's crazy.
So that was nice to see. But yeah, if Kawhi and Paul George can come back and do something, they may be able to do something. But yeah,
Otherwise,
the
no.
Clippers are the Clippers.
Well, yeah, they're fifth, right, in the West. I mean, sandwiched between the aforementioned Kings and then the Pelicans. So
Yeah.
interesting position. And still only being 2.5 games back.
Still, yeah, the West is still so tight. We're reaching a quarter of the way through the season, and it's anything can go anyway. Like the 13th seed is 2 games out of the 4th seed or whatever. It's so tight still.
Crazy.
Yeah, I want to just mention real quick. The Lakers traded Ivica Zubac for a bag of peanuts. Like,
Yeah, they're probably
they
kicking
gave
themselves.
him away for free.
Yeah.
Fill our soda machines.
Yeah. Now it's not like he would like be a cure all for the Lakers, but I'm sure they would help. He would help. So look, for the Clippers, you've got 5 games from Kawhi so far. Paul George carried as much as he could. He had a couple insane games early on, that 43 or 44 game against the Warriors, I believe. The John Wall thing hasn't really panned out as much as we thought it might. Justin, you were talking about a 6-man candidate. You got me on board with John Wall being a 6-man of the year candidate. It's not looking like that right now. He's averaging, I think, 12 points per game. Overall, look, if they get it all together and Kawhi comes back, I got him in the 5 to 8 spot come playoff time. I think they'll just kind of stumble their way into it because I don't know, but what do you have to say?
Do they take those 2 stars that aren't going to be healthy potentially forever and just move them?
No. I think
At what point in time do you go, okay, we tried? The other guys have already been carrying us.
Tough.
These other guys are not carrying us. They're being kind of dragged into a spot where then at the end they can kind of come in and they can kind of make a playoff run, but they never get housed. They get bounced. So just move it and move on.
Who would you go after?
Yeah, and you can't
can't
package
trade
them.
Yeah, that's the other thing is the amount that they gave up, especially right now, given how great SGA is performing and how the Thunder look like they are going to be poised for whoever they get to be a perennial contender in the next 10 years. You can't just move on from that, especially regardless of what you would get back. I mean, I just don't think that there's a world that they move on from. I don't think Steve Ballmer allows them to move on
where I
from
was going.
PG and
Yeah,
Kawhi.
no.
So, all right. So you each sit at 200 additional points for the game so far. Now listen up, Bob. Who is speaking in this clip?
Say it.
And where is this person talking about?
This is my 7th year. I feel like I've seen it, do all the peaks and valleys. With that being said, now we've developed a culture that expects to win. We've had All-NBA, we've had an All-Star, we had the Rookie of the Year last year. So it's a pretty beautiful place to play the game and definitely one of the top cities in the NBA. You just have to be here to experience.
Yeah.
400 total points on the board. Bob, who is speaking in that clip and where is this person talking about?
Well, Michael, another great question, by the way. I love how this is lined up so perfectly. But to answer your question, very pert happily today, if you can't tell. That is a certain undrafted, the highest paid undrafted player of all time, Fred VanVleet, FWV23, talking about the beautiful, loyal city of Toronto.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Let's see where he's talking about.
Oh, man. Toronto's changed so much.
Yep.
And let's see who was talking.
Today, I will be cooking for my man, my guy, my friend, NBA champ, an all-star, Fred VanVleet. Yep.
You got it. An additional 400 points for you, Bob. Good job. Glitched out. It happens. Fred VanVleet and the Toronto Raptors are hanging in there, even without their best player, Pascal Siakam, who is set to return this week from an adductor strain. With the Raptors staying afloat during Pascal's absence, what do you expect from the Raptors once he returns, Bob?
I expect the Raptors to continue to be sort of that. All right, so they're 7th in the East. I think they can definitely move up 1, maybe 2 spots. So Fred, while we're talking about him, for a career, he's shot points-wise almost 14 points per game. He's now up to almost 20 points per game. He has had a massive jump in terms of playability. The team relies on him. I mean, we had a prop 2-3 weeks ago where it was like plus minus like points for 25, and I took the over. The over is honestly kind of what you would expect from FWV 23 these days, which is awesome because it's shades of what a scoring Kyle Lowry loyal to the city of Toronto could have been.
I like that comp,
which I love that. And with Pascal in there, hey man, move the Raptors up 1 or 2. They could take, if the Pacers fall out of that top 6 seed, Toronto's right there to take it. So I like to see their future.
Justin.
I don't hate the Raptors. Here's my thing about the Raptors.
Wow.
Now, they are first in steals and they are first and second chance points. They're also first in fast break points.
Face breaks, they get in fights.
Here's my problem with the Raptors is they are 1-3 in their division. You have to win divisional games because these are teams you play a lot. And so if you don't, it's a tough division. It's rough. I can also see the Pacers dropping down. I can also see the Hawks dropping down. So I could see them moving up too. But you've got right behind them my Wizards. You've got the Brooklyn Nets and the Miami Heat all in there. The Chicago Bulls could pull it together. I don't really think so. But it's a tough division. I like them, but I think we're gonna need another year to see Scotty Barnes kind of do his thing.
Okay, Trey.
I like the Raptors. I don't think they're going to go far in the playoffs. Of
course.
But they got a big win Saturday against the Mavericks. Let's see if they can pull out a win against the Cavs tonight.
Yeah.
If Gary Trent and Fred VanVleet can, shoot the ball out their ass, like I said that one time.
Gary coming off the bench.
No, yeah. I like the Raptors, but I don't see them doing much.
So I will just give a quick update. They are currently, as we sit here at 8:18 p.m. on a Monday, they are up 15 on the Cavaliers with 11 minutes left in the fourth.
Okay.
Darius Garland has 18 and 9. Pascal Siakam is back. He has 18, 8, and 4.
Okay.
So I don't think that is a coincidence that their best player comes back and suddenly they're beating the third best team in the East. You said it's very, very poignant, accurate points there, Justin. You're very right about those stats. So they are first in fast break, second chance points, first in deflections, third in loose balls recovered. So they're hustling.
Yep.
They're doing Nick Nurse's plan. They are a well-oiled machine that every man from Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes, whoever, to the last man on the bench, who, if you paid me $1 trillion, I couldn't name for you. They all hustle like their lives depend on it. I don't think a certain prediction that was made on this show once upon a time is going to come true.
I was about to say something about that, but
yeah, your boy, Scotty Barnes.
He hasn't been playing as good as he did last year.
Which happens.
Yeah.
Traditionally, sophomore slump. Rookies of the year have a little bit of a slump. It's not an overwhelming slump. He's lower in points per game by less than 1 full point. He's up on turnovers. He's averaging fewer steals, fewer blocks, a touch more assists, fewer rebounds. He's shooting worse. I mean, Scotty is really not doing great things for them right now, just to be honest. He still does, though, have flashes of what he was last year and what he is inevitably, I think we can all probably agree, going to be for them. I'd love to see what they turn into next year. But yeah, you're right, Trey. I don't think they're going to really get much done this playoffs.
OG Anunoby is a sleeper for him.
OG Anunoby's crazy.
He's like, dude,
turning
good
up.
Defensive player, can shoot the ball, can guard the best player on the other team.
Yeah, he leads the league in steals right now at 2.4 steals per game. And he has been their stopper for any guard. He was one of the reasons that they beat the Mavericks the other night. He was matched up with Luka, I think, for 22 possessions of the 25 possessions or something. They just matched minutes, and he was masterful in that matchup. Okay, let's get it working here, boys. Justin, last shot at some points here. So Bob has 600 points for this game. You have 200. Who is speaking in this clip? And who is this person talking about?
Now they know how to play with and without those guys. They've had this team together for 2 or 3 years now. So but look, there's nothing unexpected. I know the kind of game is capable of. I mean, this is extreme today, but he was that good, and we didn't do enough.
Want to clarify there? There's a gap in the audio. I just removed that player's name. Yes.
Of course. That's not a voice that I'm too familiar with. I have to get their actual name, correct?
I mean, yeah. A general name would be good at least.
That's a fair point.
Nickname, maybe?
A nickname.
General name.
It's definitely a head coach. speaking about an opposing player, I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be. I don't know who it is. I know they're talking about Jason Tatum.
Tatum.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a stab at who is speaking?
Let's call it Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse.
Talking about Jason Tatum.
Nick Nurse talking about Jason Tatum. Let's see who this person was talking about.
Dude, I know the kind of game Zubac is capable of.
No, tricky.
He always does this nonsense.
And let's see who was talking.
Is Coach Carlisle there?
Yep.
Nope.
Wow.
No. So additional 400 points to Bob there. Against all odds, the Indiana Pacers have been on a tear recently, going 7-3 in their last 10 and are now in the 4th seed in the West. You guys were talking about them earlier, sliding down and blah, blah, blah. But what have you seen from the Pacers that has impressed you so far, Bob?
The Pacers 4th in the East. Now, here's the deal. Benedict Mathurin and Miles Turner were just nominated Eastern Conference Players of the Week. Why is that a big deal? You see who's in the Eastern Conference.
You see this.
You see this, all right? Every day we know who is in that category. And to see someone like Benedict come in right off the bat, it's really, really awesome. And the fact that they play the Lakers tonight is also very interesting.
It
is. Because, there were talks of this Buddy Hield, Miles Turner shenanigans. But up until this point, I don't think you trade with them. I think you hold on to them. So I like where the Pacers are at. Keep going with who you got. We'll be fine.
Justin.
Yeah, I would echo everything you said about the Pacers. I like the fact that they are top 5 in assists and 3-pointers made. For me, that says a team passing the ball, moving the ball around, making shots all together. So to me, they're moving as a team. They don't have any big. I don't see any of those players, and I go, oh, that guy's got an ego. Like that's the guy, and I feel like they are a team, a la 04 Pistons, a whole team. No big superstar, which isn't not to discredit any of them, but I think they're all on the same level, so they're all playing together as a unit.
So this Pacers team is going to win the championship, as you're saying?
Definitely not.
That's a prediction. Save that for later?
No.
Okay, Trey.
Benedict Mathurin definitely has an ego. He called out MJ at the beginning of the year. LeBron.
Yeah.
He was telling him he could beat him one-on-one.
But he said, his exact quote was, I don't think anybody's better than me. LeBron's going to have to prove to me that he's better than me.
Yeah, so that's an ego if you hadn't heard.
And I said to the guys before the show started, what's LeBron's over for tonight? Because I'm taking it.
But no, I'm... Of course, who's caught my eyes, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
He broke a Pacers record 3 nights ago, or a couple nights ago. I know he's had 14 assists 3 consecutive nights. He's been dishing the ball out to. That team can shoot the ball. Chris Duarte was a lead scorer the other night, dropped 30. He's good. Buddy Hield. Yeah, I'm big. I'm big on the Pacers. They're a team to look out for.
Thank you for mentioning Halliburton, by the way. He
does
not get enough love.
We can't.
Yeah, I was about to go. Off
he's
on Halliburton.
He's the big reason this team's doing what they're doing. Honestly.
Yeah, Halliburton is the bomb. Kyle gets it. So Tyrese Halliburton is incredible. He's leading the league in assists per game right now. He also has 3 15 assist, 0 turnover games this season.
Crazy.
That is more than the entire NBA combined over the last 5 seasons. The only 2 other people that have... he's tied with Chris Paul and James Harden. Chris Paul had 2, James Harden had 1. Halliburton is at 11.1 assists per game. Mathurin has been the second best rookie of his class, and I think it goes Paolo by a lot, then Mathurin by a lot, then everybody else. Mathurin hasn't been amazing. They are, like you said, moving it around and really kind of showing the potential of a unit, of a team, in the same way the Kings, the Jazz, the Blazers, all these guys. They don't. But except other than the Blazers, they don't have a standout guy like you were saying there, Justin. So. All right. Well, do we need to update do we need to take a look at the scoreboard for the month now after that game?
No, they're all in the same order.
Okay. But it's a lot closer than it was.
For sure. Yeah.
14-20 for Justin, 13-45 for Bob. Of course, Trey and I are way ahead, but so that was What Did He Say? And we're going to move on to a very special Bob's Buckets.
It's time for Bob's Buckets.
Whoa, what you got there? Whoa, what is that?
Whoa. Sheesh. Okay, so I know you folks listening cannot quite see what I have here in front of me, but those of you watching, This is the 1986 Boston Celtics championship autograph basketball right here.
Wow.
Well,
That's
show and tell
history.
on Bob's
That's
Buckets
history
today.
right
Yeah.
there.
So instead of Bob's Buckets, we're going to do Bob's Show and Tell.
Hell yeah.
So also featured underneath is an original tile from the Boston Garden. Originally, of course, in 1928 is when it was installed. It was pulled in 1995, my birth year. Anyway,
Nice.
so on this ball, and Justin, help me out, point out some of these names. Here on top, we've got Larry Bird.
We got Casey Jones.
Casey Jones, of course, on that side. Robert Parrish. We've got
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton over here.
All kinds of
Gary Kirk, right? I think that's who
My
we
boy
had
Gary.
earlier. Gary,
Yeah.
yep, there he is
They're
right
not the
there.
easiest
Or
to read, I'm
Kite,
not gonna lie
sorry,
to you.
Gary
It's
Kite, right there.
1980s?
1986.
86.
Yes, arguably one of the best championship teams ever assembled.
Yeah.
Kevin McHale's on here. It's super, super cool, and it's actually something that's been in my family for a long time, and we're very, very happy that it eventually ended up in my hands, naturally, as the basketball guy of the family. And we actually got this from our man, Scott Wedman. Harper,
Shout
Kansas native. Scott Wedman, thank you so much for hooking us up for this, and we're forever grateful.
Is that boy Danny Ainge on there?
DA, I haven't been able
That
to find
boy?
his.
Is that boy?
He should be. I got to keep looking at the autographs,
Like
but yeah,
keep flipping
we
it over. You know?
keep flipping it a little bit here. But yeah,
going on?
we'd find Danny on here for sure.
Old Dan.
That might be the. Is that
Right
the
there.
D?
I think so. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
a few months ago, on our when we had a tribute to Bill Russell, you actually mentioned this ball, and
Yes.
you mentioned that you were hoping to acquire that at
Yes,
some point.
yes.
And now you got it.
I
Spoken
I
into
truly
existence.
believe Bill. I really hope Bill would have been on this, but unfortunately, he's not. He would have just been like an addition of an autograph on here. But this was by the team around. I want to say around '86 because my father came into possession of that around the same time. So very, very pleased to have this and
Very special.
Happy to share it with you guys. Seriously, this is super cool. Part of history.
Very, very, very cool. Thank you for the little Bob's show and tell today.
You're welcome.
That's a good one to use.
Thanks,
You're gonna
Bob.
have that on a shelf for a very long time.
Yeah, no, I don't expect to sell it. I really hope my kids don't sell it. Just hold on to that thing. Hold on to it. Let the grandkids have generational wealth. I don't care. We'll let it sit for a while.
Well, thanks for bringing that today, Bob. We know all of the fans there appreciate taking a look at that little piece of history that you got hanging out with us. And that moves us on to our next segment of the day, which is Trey's Fun Fact of the Day.
What's up, guys? Glad to be back. So we're going to be talking about league leaders right now, and it's coming from a few players from the Brooklyn Nets. Now, when we think of the Brooklyn Nets, we're going to be thinking about Kyrie Irving. We're going to be thinking about Kevin Durant. We're going to be thinking about Ben Simmons, maybe. Yeah. Well, not any of these players. So we're going to be talking about
Golly, that's crazy.
Yuta Watanabe.
Yuta
Yes,
Watanabe.
we talked about him
Yeah,
last week too.
he's leading the league in 3-point percentage right now, shooting 57.1%. And then we're going to talk about field goal percentage. Sorry, guys. So that's a big one. We have Nick Claxton shooting 73.6%. So,
Damn.
yeah, that kind of surprised me.
I thought there was a player named Fogo Percentage. Like I was like, what?
A few days ago,
right there with you.
the free throw percentage leader was Sumner. So there was 3 players that were leading the league off the Nets that weren't their superstars. So, fun fact.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so not only is Nick Claxton leading the league in just straightforward field goal percentage, he's also obviously in 2-point percentage and effective field goal percentage at 74%, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
A nice little trap. But if you watch the Nets play though, he's not afraid to take an outside shot. I mean, he's not shooting from 3, but he's taking farther away mid-range shots and then getting everything that's kind of supplied to him via Ben Simmons and Kyrie and KD.
Birth of a superstar.
Kind
What
of
do we
getting
think?
the scraps.
Well, maybe.
He'll
Nick
probably
Claxton,
get
a
paid.
superstar?
He'll probably get paid.
Who knows?
Nick Claxton's going to be a superstar. Bob said it on Yay Basketball here. You heard it here first.
Put it on the wax.
It's already on there.
It's already there.
All right. Well, we are just zooming, and I love it. Before we go on, I did want to mention there was a stat that I mentioned to Justin and Bob earlier today.
Really?
Before we started recording from StatMuse that I wanted to mention. Just kind of bring it up on the pod. I don't really have a position for it within a segment, but Bob,
Yes.
your boy, Steph Curry,
Yes.
is playing out of his mind right now.
Dude,
Yes.
the
And
best ever.
And we do need to talk about it just briefly. He is having one of the best offensive seasons of all time. And on NBA.com, he is 10 out of 10 on the NBA MVP ladder. So his shooting this year, 66% in the paint. That's better than Giannis. 55% from mid-range. That's better than DeRozan. 63% on twos. Better than Zubac, who we talked about for a little bit. 56% on ISOs. That's better than Durant. And we haven't even talked about his three-point shooting.
Isn't it beautiful?
Give me something
great?
about Steph right now. He's going crazy.
Steph is the best offensive player in the league right now.
Okay, I thought you were about to go some.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
Ooh.
Offensive, yes. And he leads that. And he's right now, StatMuse, I believe StatMuse is who had Steph at around a plus 120, 130 or so. And the next best was Giannis, I believe, at like 110. And then Luka followed. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of that. However, the Warriors are first on three-point shot made and first on assists. So all what you were mentioning earlier with the Pacers, right?
Yep.
All that came to mind was, wow, that is that 15 Warriors team that was so unselfish and led the league in assists and three-point shot made, an attempt, and really opened that door to almost a new, like really kicked the door open on the new era of three-point shooting and offense.
So here's some stats just because you said he's the best offensive player in the league right now. I just want to say some things. A wide-reaching stat that kind of evaluates a lot of things when it comes to offensive is offensive box plus minus.
Yeah.
And yes, you were right. Steph is leading the league in offensive box plus minus. He is at 10. And the guy that popped into my mind when you said best offensive player in the league right now was Luka. He's at 7.9. When you go to overall box plus minus, defensive box plus minus, Luka's at 2.5. Steph's only at 1.
Yeah.
However, Steph Curry, 2.2 value over replacement player, 11 total box plus minus, which leads the league right now. 3.6% win shares. Offensive win shares is 3. He leads the league in all those categories. So you might have a case there with your best offensive player in the league.
Warriors are number 1 in offensive rating, number 1 in their net offensive rating, and their first and effective field goal percentage, which we mentioned earlier. So,
and most of that is thanks to him. What you got, Justin?
And as great as Steph Curry has played this season,
I know.
they're in 9th place. And we just saw Draymond and Steph Curry get technicals just for not being professional at basketball. So, there's obviously problems on the team.
Okay. All right. So the Warriors are only three games back from the top.
Guys, let's not throw shade on Steph because he's playing better than he's ever played in his career.
That's not true.
It is. So
yes, he's breaking his own records.
So points wise, he's breaking it. So field goal percentage, he's breaking it. 3-point percentage. He's okay. He's down by 0.3%.
I would ask a question.
He's 0.1 rebounds down from
killing it.
Kevon Looney to lead the team,
which is wild because Kev.
But real quick, my question:
he was leading all the team in all the stats just like 2 weeks ago.
Is this his highest win percentage? So he's not winning.
Home record maybe.
It's like
9-1 on at home.
It's
sure 9-1 at home. They're 2-9 on the road.
Yeah, we know.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
I get it.
In their division, they're 4-3. Like,
I'm not making a case for Steph to be MVP. I just needed to talk about it because his shooting right now and his offensive output is outrageous.
It's wonderful,
and it's hard to talk about him because, like you said, they are 9th in the West.
Would I say this? Maybe empty calories.
Anyway, so they're only 3 games back from the top. And now that Kerr's finally figured out the rotation, it's something that he should have figured it out by now. You know what I mean? Like, keep Poole coming off the bench. Just run your Clay, Steph, Kevon, Wiggy, Dre comp that always does well. Always a plus. Their starters are always a plus this year.
And they've won 5 out of their 6 games.
Yes.
Exactly. So, I mean, against some...
Currently on a 3-game winning streak.
I mean, yeah, a couple of them, some questionable teams, New York and Houston, but LA, the Clippers, Utah, and Minnesota, they just won back to back. So
yeah, they're 7-3 in their last 10, which tied for the second best in the league with like 4 other teams like the Pacers and the Kings and all these guys that we talked about.
100%.
But yeah, I mean, we didn't think that the Warriors were going to flame out and not make the playoffs, but like now it looks like they're finding the playoffs, finding their form, and I think a large part of that is due to Steph Curry, and just had to kind of give a shout out to him. So let's move on to our game of the day, which will be with high stakes 5 second violation.
5, 4, 3.
Oh, it's a party. It's a party. It's a party when the 5 second violation song comes on. All right, another fun and easy game here. I will give Justin...
Strobies. Every time.
Black Friday happened and I almost spent some money on the Strobies.
Damn.
I will give Justin and Bob a prompt, and you will each have to provide me with 3 answers in 5 seconds. For example, name 3 car brands. If you get 3 in 5 seconds, you receive 100 points. If you do not give 3 answers in 5 seconds, your opponent has the chance to steal, but they cannot say anything that has already been said, and they will not get time to think of other answers. Very rapid fire. If neither of you can list 3 correct answers in 5 seconds, Trey and I will receive the points for that turn. 10 prompts today, so 1,000 points on the board in this 5 second violation.
Okay.
For the first time ever. Do a lot of talking.
I'm dry over here too. I'm parched.
Okay, think of a number between 1 and 500.
324.
He's been going high. 325.
It was 488. Bob
told ya.
gets it again. Bob, would you like to go first?
I will.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm going to get a 5 second countdown ready to begin. Okay. With 5 seconds on the clock, name 3 retired Pacers players.
Danny Granger, Roy Hibbert, and David West.
Yep. Oh, yep.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
That counts right before the clock. Good job. 100 points to you. Justin, when you're ready.
Yeah.
Name 3 teams. Hang on 1 second. Below. For those listening, I have the standings pulled up on a screen that everyone can see, so I had to pull this down. Name 3 teams below 500 right now.
Oh, the Magic, the Rockets, and the Spurs.
Yep.
That works. We'll take it. 100 points to you.
That makes it sound like it's wrong.
No, it's right.
It's just the timer.
Yeah, it's the buzzer. Just letting you know. All right, Bob. Name 3 defensive players of the year.
God, I hate this one. Marcus Smart, Michael Jordan, and...
Nope, go.
Oh, Marcus Saul, Dennis Rodman, and... Jabbar.
Didn't get it off in time. 100 points to Trey and myself. Thanks for those points. We didn't really need them, but thank you anyways.
Then
Me.
They're like
Actually,
Paolo
at
and...
this point, we probably
Benedict.
might. Because if one of these guys goes all in, they could make some noise. Anyways, okay, sorry. On to question 4 now. Justin, name 3 players that play their home games in the Central Time Zone.
John Morant. Oh, crap. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan.
No,
Dang
knock
it.
it off in time. Go.
Luka Doncic, Christian Wood, and Benedict Mathurin.
Yep.
That counts. Another 100
No,
points.
wait. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, the Pacers and the Mavericks.
Is
The
Indianapolis and
I'm
the
showing
Eastern?
the Pacers being right outside of it.
Pacers are Eastern?
Uh-oh.
Indiana
come
is
look.
Eastern?
I wish you
by.
could see this.
Let's get it on. Let's
Yeah.
get it on wax.
Whatever you pulled
God
up,
damn,
pull
no
up that
way.
exact same map.
Doesn't
it's right
count?
on the outside.
They are on Eastern time
It's
zone.
right on the outside.
Wow, bummer.
That's
okay,
tough.
sorry. Another 100 points to Justin and I.
Nope.
Hey, I need those.
Or sorry,
points,
Bob
man.
or Trey and I.
need those
Jeez Louise.
points.
All right. I'm number 5 now. Going to Bob.
Yep.
Name 3 of Charles Barkley's former teammates.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, and Steve Kerr.
Didn't get it off in time. Justin.
No, Scottie Pippen. Oh, he already got the other. Never mind.
Did he?
I had names in my head and I just lost
He
it.
didn't play with. Did he play with Clyde Drexler?
He did play with Clyde
Oh, yeah.
Drexler,
Houston.
but he
Old
didn't
Rockets
get the
fan.
last one off
Yeah.
in time. Okay, another 100 points to Trey
I
and
think
I.
that'd be it.
Did he play with Steve Kerr?
I don't think so.
I don't think he played with Steve Kerr. Okay.
Me.
Number 6 for Justin. Name 3. The correct term is NBA governors. Name 3 owners of NBA teams.
Steve Ballmer, Joseph Tsai, and... Oh, God damn it.
No, go.
Lacob. Yeah, I just had Balmer, and this is the other one.
No.
Michael
Jimmy
Jordan.
Knicks.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
true,
owns the
true,
Knicks?
true.
I'm blanking on his name right now.
Exactly.
Hey, I never said I could do it. I just asked you to do it.
I didn't say I could do it either.
Lauren, you know who owns the Knicks?
Lorne Michael?
Robert Sarver.
Trey Young.
Wait, he's not an owner anymore, is he?
Sarver is not.
Robert Sarver is still an owner.
Hey, he gave me the death glare. He's...
No, I was like, no, Sarver isn't. I don't know. Is he? Okay.
It's Zolta yet, right?
It's to Justin? No, it's
Nope.
to Bob.
Me, yep.
Name 3 current Rockets players.
Jabari Smith Jr., Jeremy Grant, and not Jeremy Grant.
Jalen Green. I don't know, bro. Top of my head, I'm out. I lost.
Another 100 points
Thank you.
to Trey and I.
You can have 'em.
All right.
It's not about who wins. It's about who doesn't come in last.
This is
I was gonna
fair.
say, you don't want that hot
That's
sauce.
fair.
Y'all are playing to not lose. I'm playing to win.
All right. All right.
Me.
To Justin. Number 8. Name 3 current players that are currently 34.
Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. I don't know.
You've got the list up.
Like what?
Almost got one.
Almost. Damn.
Yeah, he had 2 of them.
All right, let's
He
hear
had
it.
2?
Yeah, he had 2.
Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are 34.
They're both 34.
Oh, wait, hold on.
We have that list pulled up, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
All right.
34, yep.
To Bob now.
Hit me.
Name 3 NBA MVPs from the 1990s.
Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas, and
Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tim Duncan.
No.
Why not?
Double check that list there.
So the list right here.
I think 99-2000 was Shaq's MVP.
So it doesn't go that far. It goes 90 to 98, 99.
So, right, do we count the 2000 season?
But Tim Duncan and Hakeem were right.
No.
Tim Duncan and Hakeem were right. Because Hakeem
Tim
won in
Duncan's
90.
not on there.
Okay.
He did win MVP.
Not
He didn't
David-
win MVP.
David Robinson did.
David Robinson.
Oh, David
Yeah,
How many?
David
Robinson.
Robinson
Hey, real
did.
quick, how many MVPs were there in the 90s?
No, David Robinson
Oh,
stole it
like
from.
total players?
How many total different MVPs were
So
there in
there's
the 90s?
Magic in 89, 90. Jordan was the next 2 years. Then Charles Barkley.
I forgot about Chubb.
Hakeem.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
Michael
I'm dumb now.
again. Karl Malone. That's a different one.
Oh, we don't talk about him.
And
Jordan and then Karl again.
okay, so only 6 MVPs in the 90s. Okay, last one. Is this to Justin to start?
it is.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, another 100 points on the board. Name 3 NBA mascots.
I hate you, Benny the Bull, Douchey the Cow, and Markel the Fox.
I always tell myself I need to study this, but I just know Sun's Gorilla and Lucky the Leprechaun. That doesn't even count.
No, I'm over that. I'm never
The
learning
Sun's
them.
Gorilla.
I should have said the Beam. I should have said the Sacramento Beam.
I would have accepted the beat. I also want you to know, I have left a trail of breadcrumbs during Yay Basketball Overtimes and the podcast for the last month. Since the last time we did 5-second violation, I have made a point. This was like a what's the Nolan film?
Memento.
That one, sure. Let's do that one. Where for months,
The Dark Knight.
Yes, whatever. It doesn't matter. For months, I've left. For over a month and a half, I've left.
Memento.
I keep saying NBA mascots just at random. We'll make a joke and I go, oh yeah, Benny the Bull, or Champ, or Mavs Man, or all these NBA mascots, and I just keep planting them in your head, and nobody picks it up.
When are you gonna get it through your head? We don't care about the mascots.
Sounds like Inception to me.
It was Inception.
It obviously didn't work.
Apparently not. Okay, Justin.
That's it.
We're going to have to talk about the scoreboard then, and we will do so in Props to You.
Well, folks, the exciting final November episode of Props to You. Michael, you sit alone at the top. 5,050 points.
Yeah, duh.
On Wednesday, the Suns, you've chosen to beat the Chicago Bulls. How many points would you like to put on that?
I don't care. 200.
2,000 it is. Trey.
Nope.
You have 4,250 points. He's put 200 points up, which means he can get
2,000.
Oh, there is
to 5,400 points. Now
we are still battling for this trophy, though. Trey.
I know we have put a lot of
we're
emphasis
making
on the
this
hot
interesting.
sauce. So he can get to 5,450 points, right? Which means you have to get to more than that. Now you do have 4,250 points.
Don't
You've
risk it,
chosen
Trey.
the Cavaliers over the 76ers.
The trophy is not worth the hot sauce. Do not do it.
Do it.
We're putting 2,000 points on it.
Let's go, baby.
Trey, no.
2,000 points.
You're gonna do this.
The Cavaliers.
Trace the man.
The Cavaliers are gonna come and smoke the 76ers.
Let's
do it.
No,
Let's
I
go.
crafted the whole episode so you wouldn't have to worry about it. Oh my God.
Okay, all right, here we are.
You gotta risk
The
it to
matchup
get the
that-
You don't
biscuit.
hang on a second. You don't even have to do 2,000. Do 1,000 and you would beat me.
The bets are locked in. All bets are
It's
I'm
not
trying to
locked
beat-
in. If you do 1,000 and I'm right and you're right, we tie.
No, you don't.
We'll do
Oh no,
it.
he takes a lead and you take a lead.
We'll do
Oh,
it.
wait, no, you tie.
We'll do 1,000.
Do 1,000, Trey.
1,500.
Do not do 2,000.
Do 2,000.
Do 1,000 points, Trey. You are in
2,000.
a solid second place. You do not want
Yeah,
this hot
Trey,
sauce.
Trey, no balls, no babies. 2,000, my friend.
We already proved that.
Exactly.
1,000 points.
1,000 points. Okay, all right, I'll allow it.
Sorry, Bob.
I'll allow it.
Holy
I'll allow it.
crap.
Bob.
Yes. No, it's you next.
I am next. I have 1,520 points. You have 1,445 points.
Yep.
It all comes down to this.
Can we enter our bets anonymously and you read them?
I
thought you would want to do this.
This is the last bet of the
We've
month.
never
This is
done
the
this.
Last bet
Oh
of the
yeah, that's
month.
why you were.
Like an anonymous, like
Yeah,
we've
like
never
we put
done
them in there,
that.
so like we can't judge our bets on the other person's bet.
We've never done that though in the past.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think we can do that. Let's just put it on air, put it on wax, let people know what you got.
Oh, he is thinking on this one. He does not want this sauce. What team did you take, by the way?
Oh, I've got my Wizards.
Oh, no.
Over the Nets.
Over the net.
Because I am nothing if not consistent. I will ride with my team. I will die with my team.
You're going to die with
Bro, you the wannabe's gonna shoot your lights
Also,
out.
I want everybody to know, behind the scenes, just quick behind the scenes, we were talking about punishments,
The
and
Nets?
Justin has notoriously been anti-da-bomb. And I'm not, nothing against you personally. I understand. I don't want to take it either. I do it every once in a while just to feel something. But when we were talking about...
I have a healthy lifestyle. I don't need to do that.
When we were talking about the punishments, you did get outvoted 3-1.
For sure, and I will accept it.
You're wearing the yes. We all agreed on that
100%.
one. This
It's
one
gonna
got
happen.
outvoted 3-1. If you take it though, if you lose, you have to take this hot sauce next week.
Yeah,
1 week from today.
100%. I already know that.
Okay.
Like, hey, that's not lost on me.
I'm just telling you.
Even though this whole week was rigged, but
Is he in last?
To make it competitive, I will say yes. To make it competitive.
yes, it was,
There's a
rigged.
75-point difference.
So realistically, it was rigged for my opponent.
No,
It was
No.
because you just said that to make it competitive.
you could have gotten much more points.
Hey,
in 5
Justin,
second
what are you
violation.
trying to say, dude? Come on, man. I'm the one who's lost. Both of us have lost every week.
This is a political debate now.
We're both
my
losers.
opponent.
We've
my
lost
opponent would
every
have
week
you believe
together,
it.
my guy. Like,
I'm gonna. You know what?
Oh, no.
No balls, no babies.
it's the only way.
Yeah.
Do it.
A gentleman's accord.
How about this? What?
mean-
Wait.
Either way.
Hold on a second. I was about to say, what if we just go winner, whatever, we'll figure it out, pick a team. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to roll past your advantage that you had going into this week. Because yes, I did specialize the games to make them more competitive this week.
Yes.
But you did have an opportunity to extend your lead.
100%.
So I don't want to say winner take all here.
I hear you. I
So
hear you.
take advantage of your lead. Don't shake hands, go all in on both. Take advantage of your lead.
Entertainment value gone. 100 points.
100 points. So what would Bob have to bet? He would
I only have to bet
200.
175 or 176 to win by 1.
Well, there's no 1 point bet, but yeah. So whatever.
All
Just
right.
whatever.
Bets
you
are
want.
in increments of 100.
Sure.
Are you that confident
I
in the
guess-
Grizzlies to beat the Wolves?
I mean, I guess 200. Like that's all I have to bet.
You would only have to bet 200 to win.
I know.
So it comes down to it. And
To
these
not
games happen.
lose.
So it literally is just, but it is still winner take all.
Pretty much, yeah, kind of. All right, so, and when do these games happen?
On Wednesday evening.
Wednesday night.
Bob
So
has
if
the
you're
Grizzly
listening-
Grizz over the Wolves.
If you're listening to this on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday before the games start, keep in mind that the consequences are high for this one.
They're hot.
They're hot. They are. Good job. And this is the hot sauce.
Do we
If you're on
take it
YouTube.
before the episode?
We will do it as it starts. When by we I mean whoever loses.
Let's go the whole episode.
It'll be
Yeah,
on
one
a
of
it'll
these
be on a
guys.
spoon.
Whole team.
And I will also you will be provided some aid just in case it goes poorly for you. I have seen people have some fairly visceral reactions to it, so I wouldn't set you up to have to run to the other room or something or
if that happens, it's on the table.
You're not puking on the table. You're puking on your laptop.
Finally, get a new laptop.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, if you want to keep track of the progress of all that, Justin's going to hit up the link in the description and our chalkboard group chat. You can also give us game ideas, talk to us, ask us questions. Who do you think is going to win tonight? All that kind of stuff by hitting the link in the description, as I mentioned, and joining our chalkboard group chat. It is a fun and free way to support the show, and it's now on Android. So go ahead and hit the link in the description and just join it. Do it. We love you. All right. Thank you so much for listening. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, share with friends, and follow us at @Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Just a reminder, we are recording live. We do it in one take straight from the Yay Studio.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Bob, what you got for the peeps?
I have something very simple for the people. We didn't get to bring it up when Fred VanVleet was being talked about, but Wichita State. It's where he's from. It's where he played his college ball. Loyal to the city. The city still loves him. So go Shocks and go Fred VanVleet.
Yep. Justin.
You guys know what time it is. It's Wizard Watch time! Now, obviously with the big stakes this week, it was not a great week for the Wizards. We did go 0-3, losing 2 games to the Miami Heat, as well as a game to the Celtics. But things are looking up. Huh?
Who was the other?
2 games to the Heat, 1 game to the Celtics.
Okay,
Only played 3 games this week. But tonight, we did just destroy the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis had himself 41 points, and that is a good sign for my taste buds in 2 days. Because hopefully we're going on a run, folks.
Trey?
Well, first thing, this is my first time seeing the green shirt, the Draymond Green shirt. So looks nice on you, Justin.
It's beautiful.
Second, you guys know what day it is. It's November 28th. So not only is it Cyber Monday, but it's National French Toast Day. So I started with some French toast. Breakfast of Champions.
Oui, oui.
That's Victor Wembanyama's favorite toast. It's because he's French.
Rudy
Thank you so
Gobert,
much
too.
for listening, everybody. We do appreciate it. As always, tell a friend, as Trey would say. Oh, wait, Trey's here. Well, anyways, we love you. Don't forget, more than anything, Yay Basketball.